Welcome back to Cinema Corner. I'm Blake, and I'm here with my co-hosts, Alex and Josh.
And welcome to Cinema Tasks Volume 11. We made it to Volume 11 this time. The first time we only made it to Volume 10, and then we rebranded, if you are a long-standing viewer of the channel. So, here's the skinny. I gave Blake Collateral. Blake gave Josh Gamer. And Josh gave me The Raid Redemption. Those were the last movies that were tasked. So, gentlemen, who wants to go first?
You already know how this goes.
Me?
Thoughts?
That's crazy. Fine.
Made 11
Okay, well, I feel like mine's pretty self-explanatory. So, Josh, odd that you gave me two very similar movies in that essentially cops go into this building and they have to fight their way through the entire building to get the main bad guy. Although this time there are a few more twists and a hell of a lot more martial arts and hand-to-hand combat, which I did appreciate. I'm gonna just say it out, like put it out there. This has to be, I don't know what year this was. I can't remember now. But this must have been like early 2010s ish, if I had to guess, right? I don't know. It feels like it.
Yeah, around there.
Good year for movies.
Yeah. Why hasn't like the stunt coordinator on this film done more things? I didn't check if he has or not, but Hollywood needs to hire him.
Wild claim to make then.
Well, you know, I personally feel I've watched a handful of movies, right? I've watched a good amount of movies.
I get what you're saying.
And they just never feel as visceral as this fucking movie did. Like from start to finish. Granted, the hand-to-hand didn't really start right away. It was a bunch of like gunfights at the beginning. Essentially, there's this main guy that's our main protagonist. It starts with an R. I can't remember now. But he's like the main lead. He has a wife. He has an unborn child. That's how we get to, meet him. And essentially, he's a part of the SWAT team that gets sent into this apartment complex to take down a bad guy, a gangster with a bunch of, well, it's a gang. So there's a bunch of bad people in that apartment building. And they're tasked to take it down. So they go in, infiltrate it, and one by one, members of his team are taken out by members of this gang. And I know one of the main actors is Joe Taslim because he plays Sub-Zero in like the new Mortal Kombat movies. So that was cool to see. I did see one of the guys that John Wick fought in John Wick.
I was curious if you noticed that.
Yeah, John Wick 2, I think. So yeah, I thought that was cool too. That fucker, bro, he was it was on demon time. He fucking took out the sergeant, Joe Taslim, which I didn't see coming, but he fucking cracked his neck and killed him, and then dragged his body all the way up to the boss. So yeah, it was just like a showcase of just stunt work, hand-to-hand combat, and like gun work. And yeah, that's essentially what this movie was. And for what it was, it did a really good job. Yeah, the main twist of this is that like I guess it's like the lieutenant, like this old guy that was like kind of more of an informant. He pretty much sets them up. He told them, yeah, this is the mission, and they prep for the mission. Turns out no one else knows about this mission. So yeah, he pretty much screwed them over, and he has blood on his hands. You think for a moment that he kind of feels remorse for it, and he starts to help them again, and then they finally make it up to the top, and by they I mean him and some other guy. I forgot his name already too. So it's with a D. He's not that important because he survives most of the movie until like they get to the top, and then he turns his back on him and shoots him right in the face. There's a lot of shooting people in the face in this movie. I didn't expect that either. It's unrated, so I mean I could tell they just went full on with the gore. And it was a fun ride. It was, was the story anything special? No, but I was entertained. and that's like the best thing I could say for this movie. I was entertained. Forgetting something. Oh yeah, his brother is also part of this gang, so that's also another plot point. And they at one point team up to kill that one guy that was on Demon Time, and that fight must have gone for like 10 fucking minutes. I mean, it was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until they finally kill him. I'm like, bro, how hard is it to kill this fucking midget? He was on Demon Time. But yeah, overall fun movie. Rating, I'm gonna give this a 7.8, almost at that 8. So yeah, it was a fun time.
He has done quite a few things since that, just so we're all on the same page.
Oh,
Quite a few, in fact.
Yes, really.
Including a Star Wars movie.
Has he
Force
really?
Awakens. Yep.
Oh, well,
Part of that.
What?
Expendables 4. Part of that. He's done quite a few.
Man, they weren't letting his talent shown be then in those.
It's tough for anybody to show their talent in those. Yeah, I could go next. Alex gave me Collateral. This came out, I want to say, like 2002, maybe 4. Very early 2000s, starring Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx. Basically, this movie opens with our pretty much everyone's favorite bald person as of now. They weren't bald at the time, but Jada Pinkett Smith is in this movie as well. But yeah, basically, Jamie Foxx is a cab driver in Los Angeles, and he picks up Jada Pinkett Smith's character and is driving her, and learns that she's a lawyer for she's like a defense attorney for like the state, basically. And he's just like a cab driver he just knows all his routes in LA and is just really efficient at, knowing where to go. Drops her off. He then goes to the airport and picks up Tom Cruise's character, who just looks like an absolute menace in this. He is like, his facial hair and everything is just dyed. He looks like kind of albino in a way. He looks really weird. But Jamie Foxx picks him up and drives him to a location, and then as they're driving there, they like have a little bit of small talk, and his character kind of learns that like, oh, this dude is really efficient on his driving and knows how to get everywhere like faster than others. So he's like, hey, I'll give you $600 to be my driver for the night. And Jamie Foxx is like, okay, I guess. He's like, I just need to go to, I think, 5, maybe 6 stops. He's like, I just have to go to these places tonight. And then if you can get me to the airport tomorrow morning by 6, I'll give you like an extra $100 or something. So Jamie Foxx is like, yeah, whatever, man. So he drives. He's like sitting, waiting for the guy parked on a curb or kind of in an alleyway. And then all of a sudden, a body hits the top of his car. And so he gets out, and there's just a dead guy on top of his car. And he's like, what the hell? And then Tom Cruise's character comes running down. And he's like, whoa, what's going on here? And then he's like, help me, we gotta put this trunk in we gotta put his body in the trunk. And Jamie Foxx is like, what are you talking about? And then Tom Cruise pulls out a gun. He's like, hey, put the body in the trunk. Like, this is what we're doing. So basically the rest of the movie is you find out that Tom Cruise is a hitman who was hired, and he's in town to kill a bunch of people. And so then he basically forces Jamie Foxx to be his driver, and Jamie Foxx throughout the whole time is kind of like trying to do things where he's like, okay, we need to like get out of it. Like, I need to get out of here. And like one point, Tom Cruise like ties Jamie Foxx's hand, like he kind of like zip locks his hands, like so he's stuck on the steering wheel. And like some guys like kind of walk by Jamie Foxx. He tries to get their attention. He's like, yo, help me, like I'm tied up here. And then the guys just like pull out a gun and like reaches in his pocket and steals his wallet. So he just like, this guy just can't catch a break this night. And they also steal Tom Cruise's briefcase, which is in the back of the car. And like Tom Cruise comes back, like sees that they have his briefcase. So he shoots and kills them, and then grabs Jamie Foxx's wallet and gives it back to him. Like, he's just like, hey man, just do what I say. And like, no more people have to die here. Like, just follow along. So that's the collateral part of it. But yeah, basically throughout, they develop a bit of a friendship in a way of Tom Cruise helps Jamie Foxx find his backbone at one point. His operator from the taxi cab company is like over his like little radar system in the car, is like yelling at him. And so like Tom Cruise like grabs it. And he's like, tell him to go fuck himself. And he's like, nah, man, I need this job. And so Tom Cruise like talks shit to the guy and then makes Jamie Foxx talk shit to his boss. So he's like trying to give, Jamie Foxx a little bit of a backbone in this. And then the real wild part for me is the detective in this movie shows up out of nowhere. None other than Mark Ruffalo is the detective trying to do this. And I'm like, what are you doing here, Mark? What are you doing here? And Mark's kind of like on this thing of like, hey, do you remember there was like a story over in Oakland that there's like a cab driver who like throughout one night he killed like 3 people and then shot himself, and like he had no history. He's like, I kind of feel like something's going on here, because like they eventually find that there's like a cab that is kind of fucked up because the roof has like a big indent after a dead body hit it. So he's like trying to like, all right, something's not right here, like, because they're like, okay, it's this cab driver. But then Mark Ruffalo is like, it doesn't make sense that this cab driver's like going around killing people. Like, nah, it doesn't make sense. So then they run into the FBI, Mark Ruffalo's team, because the FBI is doing an investigation on like a big cartel business kind of thing. And then basically you find out that Tom Cruise is killing people for this cartel, who is about to be under a like they have like a trial coming up, so he's basically killing all their witnesses. And then Tom Cruise kills a bunch of people, and then you find out his last victim that he has to kill is the lawyer who Jamie Foxx picked up in the beginning of the in the movie, that they kind of had like a good talking friendship, and she like gave him her business card. So then Jamie Foxx is like, oh shit, like, nah, you're gonna try to kill her, like I can't let you. And he's like, nah, you're gonna like drive me to this place I need to go, like that's what it is. So then Jamie Foxx is just like, you know what, I got a backbone now. Just speeds up, just crashes, so the car flips over. Like, fuck it, I'm just gonna kill us both. Can't kill Tom Cruise. Come on now. Tom Cruise gets out. So then Jamie Foxx is like all fucked up. He's like, oh wait, I didn't kill him. So then he saw that Tom Cruise's gun was still in the cab, so he like grabbed that and chased him down. And then like the end of the movie is basically them like in her little office that Tom Cruise gets there first, and Jamie Foxx like goes up, shoots Tom Cruise in the neck. That doesn't kill Tom Cruise. They kind of run through Los Angeles, hop on a train and shit. Then it was kind of dumb at the end. Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx shoot each other from like the other side of like a train, like just like, you know how trains have like the little doors in between them. Yeah, they both just stand there and just unload their clips at each other, and somehow Tom Cruise, this professional assassin, doesn't hit a single shot on Jamie Foxx, and Jamie Foxx hit like 2 shots on him, so he just bleeds out and dies. I was like, okay, that's a little weird. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Then Jamie Foxx got his girl, the lawyer, and they dip. It's essentially what this movie was about. It was it was kind of an interesting ride, as like I said, random Mark Ruffalo appearance showed up. Didn't appreciate that one bit. But yeah, besides that, I mean, it was pretty fun. It was interesting for the most part. It was cool to see Tom Cruise play, you know, this like villain, just cold psychopath. Is sad. Like at one point they kind of have a conversation. You basically like learn that he is like just a clear psychopath. He doesn't think of anything what he's doing, like good or bad. He's like, there's so many billions of people on this earth. He's like, what do I do? Like none of this matters. So like, yeah, it was kind of interesting. There was one wild part where like the gang, the cartel, the cops with the FBI and Tom Cruise are all like in the same like club as he's trying to kill someone, because the cops eventually figure out like, oh, he's trying to kill these people, so they're like trying to save that person. It was like in the middle of like a nightclub, and it was really weird. Like there was just a lot of shooting each other and like stabbing each other in the middle of this nightclub, and like somehow like they kind of just get away with it, like nothing really happens. It's like the cops and everybody can see these people all shooting each other, and it's kind of just like they just run out and it's fine. It was very like, the fuck, you're openly just shooting people and nobody is like whatever. Like people in the club were just like, oh, what the hell's happening? It's like, what? So that part was a little like, okay, what are we doing here? That's a bit ridiculous. But overall, it was relatively a fun ride. Gave it like a 6.5 out of 10. It was enjoyable, mainly just because it was kind of cool to see Tom Cruise play a little different side of, you know, being the villain for once and just being a cold-blooded assassin. It was kind of fun.
That was my main reasoning for giving you the the movies, because I knew Tom Cruise was a different role there. Did not know Mark Ruffalo was in it.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't appreciate that jump scare when they cut to him on the screen.
Got lost points because of that.
Yeah.
My bad. I didn't know that. I mean, I didn't know Jada Pinkett was in it either, so I was in a...
Yeah, but I didn't mind her.
Okay.
Also, Mark Ruffalo was speaking Spanish to start it, and I was like, all right, tranquilo.
What?
I don't need this right now.
Okay. Oh, man. Are we ready, boys? So, Blake gave me the movie Gamer.
Hell yeah.
Came out in 2009. I have avoided this movie since 2009, and I was assigned it. So it stars Gerard Butler. Has also a couple other people in it that I was surprised to see. Did not expect to see Terry Crews in this. Ludacris, Logan Lerman, I think so. Yeah, he's in this. The guy that just got starred as the main character in Black Ops 7, that dude, he's in this movie. He makes an appearance. So yeah, kind of just a decent amount of appearances. Also that one guy that's from the movie The Menu, where anytime you see that guy in a movie, you just know there's a good chance this movie's gonna suck ass.
John,
he was also
whatever. Yep.
He was in that Scary Night movie too, from the guy from Stranger Things. Yeah, so he's in this too. Yeah, so you just know when you see him.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That's the red flag. It's the big red flag of there's a good chance you are going to see one of the worst movies you've ever seen. And that's what happens. This movie, there's 3 battles going on when you're watching this movie. One, is this real? You know, how did this movie really get a script, produce? It for sure got edited. There's a lot of cuts, a lot of jump cuts. There's maybe a cut every 1 to 2 minutes. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. It's insane how many cuts there are, because the movie is actually like good looking. There's not a single moment where you're like, oh, this is a low budget shit movie on top of it being a shit movie. No, it actually looks solid, to the point where I had to look up the budget because I was curious how much money got spent on this film, because there's a lot of action in it. There's even CGI helicopters. There's plenty of actual explosions, practical effects, a lot of heavy makeup being done by makeup artists for gore and shit like that. It had a 50 mil budget, so it's actually kind of a decent budget for 2009. So that's a props to this film, is that visually it did look good, but there is so many jump cuts. It's insane. To start the film, you get hit. I tried counting at least 15 jump cuts within the first about 10 minutes of the film. It's ridiculous. Anyways, you got that going on. And then you're also then fighting of, is this movie just like a porn parody? Because there is so much ass and tits that get shown on your screen at any moment. You never know when it's coming. It's jump scare material. It really is. At one moment, you'll just be in a serious scene about this man. The whole movie is applied the fact that he is being mind controlled by this rich prick that basically sells a video game that uses nanobite technology to take over your brain, and you get controlled by other people remotely. And of course, Gerard Butler has a wife and a missing daughter. One of those kind of classic plots. He's got to try to get to them and save them, right? So you'll have serious moments like that, and then the next scene is literally a girl just straight up twerking naked, entirely in, it looks like the mystery van for fucking Scooby-Doo, and she's just twerking for a solid couple minutes, and then it goes back to, I gotta get my daughter, I gotta get my wife. So yeah, it really is just like, how did this movie get made? The best scene is it reveals, so Logan Lerman's character, don't remember his name, you get him controlling Butler, his character, his name Cable, I think.
Yeah.
And so you get him, so he kind of gets like, okay, he's got this cool dude, little shit 17-year-old that's just good at playing COD, which at this game is called Slayers. And Cable's wife, though, gets controlled by a 400-pound, nonstop sweating, shirtless, pantless man that just constantly gobbles food every time you see him on the screen. And he's extremely horny and makes his wife do a lot of things that you just have to watch. And that's when you get introduced also to the guy that plays the Black Ops character. He's in there, and I think his name is literally has rape in it, so that was pretty cool. That was just awesome. And he just starts slapping the shit out of her and shit like that. Awesome movie.
Rick.
It was
Rick rape.
This movie felt like so the overall plot of it felt like there was heart to this movie at one moment. At one moment, I bet you there was a good script. There really had to be. And then some little executive just has no idea what video games are. Just knows some fat fucks play it. Knows that Halo 3 is having a crazy run. So all the campaigns around the advertisements for it. MW2 just came out for Call of Duty. He's like, there's money in this shit. we need to make a movie, and he just kills the script, and it just goes to shit, and it turns into this weird parody. There's a dance sequence with the main character, which I blank, his Castle is his name, which gets played by the guy that plays Dexter, which honestly, I'm not gonna lie, his performance saved any amount of joy I could have in this movie. I kind of enjoyed him. Anytime he was on the screen, he was hilarious. He was just evil rich prick that would just do funny, stupid accents at any moment because he just did not care about life. And then he kind of loses me because at the end of this film, he has a dance sequence with the people he's mind controlling, while Butler's character is in there trying to kill him, and he's just dancing with like 6 dudes. Very random, very off-putting, whatever. Yeah, it acting wise, about the best you can get out of Butler in a movie. To be honest, it's there's some moments he's okay, other moments it looks like he's literally reading past the camera the script for the first time and saying that line for the first time. You mainly see this when they're trying to build this dialogue of him joining the resistance, which is led by Ludacris, which is fucking hilarious. It might be the first time every writer and anyone that ever produced this movie interacted with a black person, because that's what sounds like Ludacris, his script is. He says brother and playa a lot, and then Logan Lerman's character thinks that's funny and says it back to him a lot. So just imagine that, a young white dude repeating some very generic lines like that to a black guy, and that was all the scenes you got with Ludacris was like that. It was pretty hard. Yeah, but anyways, what I was saying, yeah, anytime he had scenes with the resistance, just it was pretty bad with Cable of him reading the lines. It felt like just for the first time, and just a lot of bad with this film. But hey, shout out Pluto TV, first time I ever used it, so that way I didn't have to pay money for this film. They had it for free on demand. That's how I watched. So hey, Pluto TV's pretty chill, free account, you can go on there too. That's what I learned from this film. I learned something, is that exists. Overall, listen, this is I gave it a 1.5 out of 10. It's just genuinely, I'm not lying, is truly one of the worst films I've ever seen. To the point where I did have fun, though. I did have fun, and I stopped myself from giving a higher rating because it was so bad that it was fun. I do think you should watch this if you haven't watched this. Watch it with some friends. You will have a good time. You will have a good time. But it is. I looked at it. It's my bottom 5 all-time list. It is bad, but fun.
So that's what I was after. All right. All right. It was one of those movies that randomly hit me. And I was like, if you haven't seen this, you need to see this.
Yeah.
You were the wrong demographic. You know, this had Alex movie written all over it. Probably would have been like a 6, 5.5, 6 if I gave it to Alex. Probably even up to a 7.
So I guess since I was last to go there, Blake, it is my turn to give you a movie. I have been joking, making it seem like I will give you a bad one. I am not mad. I just thought it was funny, so try to pretend like it would be, even though that movie was awful. I have a few movie suggestions. I do think all 3 that you would like. There's one I think you like the most, but I am worried you probably have seen it since I know you are a fan of Pixar movies. Have you seen Soul?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. It's a good movie. I was worried that you've seen it. Okay, then the next one, I got 2 then. 2. Have you seen Sound of Metal?
I assigned it to somebody, didn't I?
Did you?
Pretty sure I signed it to someone.
It would have to be Alex because it wasn't me.
I have seen it though, so we can just go to the next one. But
Jesus
I could have
Christ.
swore I gave it to somebody. We'll have to look through the archives.
Hey man, now we're getting into the risky territory. If you've seen those 2, because I felt like you would like those 2. That's nuts. Pretty sure you've seen that. Have you seen Fargo?
No, I have not.
There you go.
All right. Yeah, we'll have to look through the archives. I could have swore I gave someone Sound of Metal. But, in fact, I thought it was you. I thought I gave it to you.
No? I think you maybe
Anyways.
thought about it.
Yeah, maybe I did. We'll move on. Alex, I'm going to give you a movie that Josh and I saw together that came out this year. The Black Bag with Michael Fassbender and Cate Blanchett.
Okay.
I believe
Did
it's
that
on
come
the
out?
cock.
Oh, okay. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's on streaming now. It was from early this year.
I was gonna say it felt like an early 2025 movie. Okay. All right, Josh. Let's see if I can get back on track here. Now I could go with the safe pick, but have you seen? You haven't seen Arrival, have you?
Isn't that what you just gave me?
What?
No, that's the other one. No, I haven't seen Arrival. No.
Yeah, with Amy Adams, Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, I was mixing it too. I have not seen it. No.
There you go. You finally get to watch another Denis movie. Yeah. So, there you have it. Those are the next movies for Volume 12.
As always, if you've seen any of these movies that we either gave a review on, let us know in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next one.